Okay, so let's look at number 6, which is the last question on this game. It says if the day on which Gupta views the site and the day on which Lopez views the site both come at some time before the day on which Fennelly views the site, which one of the following is an investor who could view the site on day 3? And as usual, they give us 5 answers, and apparently 4 of these people are not going to be able to go on day 3, only one of them. So let's figure out what is going to cause a problem for 4 of these people so that they can't be on day 3. So the rule they've given us is that Gupta and uh, Lopez are both going to go before Fennelly, okay? And we don't know the relationship between Gupta and Lopez, so let's draw that line there to indicate that. But one thing we do know is that if Gupta has to go before Fennelly, then so does Hall, because Hall and Gupta are in a block, right? So let's put Hall before Fennelly too, and that'll turn out to be important. Um, okay, so the reason that Hall turns out to be important is because uh, now we can count at least 3 people who have to be before Fennelly, which means Fennelly can't be in 1, 2, or 3. It's the fact that Fennelly can't be in 3 that's really important to us because of this rule. So Fennelly can't be in 3, which means Fennelly has to be in 5, right? And that's important because it gets us going. So if Fennelly's in 5, then it turns out that all these 3 people, H, G, and L, have to be distributed between 1, 2, 3, and 4. So H, G, and also L. The HG is in a block, right? And they have to be distributed. Uh, oops, sorry. Just trying to draw the block, but okay. And they're gonna have to be distributed in these 4 spots. Darn it. In these 4 spots. Okay? So uh, let's see how this could work. Um, could we put L in 3? If we put L in 3, we would have to put H and G in 1 and 2, and that seems to work just fine. Uh, and could we put H in 3? If we put H in 3, we have to put G in 4, and then we'd have to put L in 1 or 2, and that seems to work okay. And then by the same token, could we put H in 3? We put H in 3, we put G in 4, and then L would again have to go in 1 or 2, and that would seem to check out. So it looks like H, G, and L can all go in 3. What if we take one of the other variables that's left over? Because we've placed the F, so H, G, L, F. So we have J, K, and M left over, okay? So what if we try to put any one of those guys, either the J or the K or the M over here, okay? Uh, what would happen? And it's interesting because if we put any one of those 3 in the 3rd spot, then we would have to put the H and G over here, right? We'd have to put the H here and the G here because there's no other 2 spots that are open next to each other in front of the F, right? These are the only 2 spots. So the H and G would have to go there, and what would that mean about where the L goes? Well, the L would have to go here. But we know that the L can't go in the 4th spot, okay? So if we choose anybody besides H, G, or L to go in the 3rd spot, that forces the HG block to go in 1 and 2, which forces the L to go into 4, which is not allowed. So the truth of the matter is what we find out is that H, G, or L are the only people who could go in 3. So when we look at the answer choices, uh, we look for one of H, G, or L, and we see, thankfully, that there's only one of them there. It's Gupta. And so B is the answer. All right, just so that's the end of the questions for this game. Just a couple quick comments. One is the importance of this rule. Anytime they give you a dual option for a variable up front, in the rules from the very start, that's going to be a very, very important rule. If it doesn't lead to templates, which in this case we didn't really use templates, right? But even if it doesn't lead to templates, it's still going to be a hugely important rule. And the second thing I'd emphasize is just the importance of using your, obviously the block is going to be important. Blocks are always important, okay? And then the other thing is just the importance of using your pencil to eliminate possibility, to first examine possibilities and then eliminate the ones that don't work, and that's what leads to right answers on a lot of games. All right, so those are the things to take away. Hopefully you learned something from this, and I'll see you in the next video.